1998. What was it that Parliament was doing that to deserve 800 billion? He gave his word that we would raise the judiciary budget to match that of Parliament. We appreciate COVID-19 set in, and according to the President, in 3 years, we would have achieved this. We understand we are reasonable people, very reasonable people, and that's why we are judges, because we are reasonable. But that notwithstanding, we still ask that there must be meaningful, incremental alteration in our budget annually, so that I am retiring in 1 year. I want to hear when I'm still alive. I intend to stay alive for quite some time. I really want to hear that the judiciary budget matches that of Parliament. I would really be very happy. I would I would write a piece somewhere and thank the executive and thank Parliament for doing this. Because whatever we have done differently from our predecessors is because our basket is more full than theirs. When theirs was at the bottom, at least ours is midway. I mean midway in the basket. That's why we've made a difference. And I would love to know that my successors even makes bigger and better difference than I tried to do when their budget is basket full to the brim. The low wages of administrative and support staff. We've made the case that there's need to revisit the wages of the non-judicial officers. The judicial officers are fairly taken care of. Of course, it's not enough, but fair. It's fairer than either two. We think this should be matched by attending to the non-judicial officers. The judicial officers alone will not work. The clerks, the secretaries, and the other persons who are in administration. This area needs to be revisited. 5, Right Honorable Prime Minister, there is this cancer. I do not know where it is coming from. I do not know why it is happening now. It is a trend, very dangerous trend, where people relish, people find pride, people think they have greatness in attacking instead of criticizing judicial officers. Name them and say unthinkable and printable, the type of thing you will not say near your sister, near your mother, but they will say it openly. I cannot repeat those words. They are in the public domain. We, as the Judiciary of Uganda, we've exercised self-restraint because of the oath we've taken. We've taken oath to render justice without fear. Even when they insult us, that should not intimidate us. To render justice without favor. Without any affection. And without bearing any ill will against those who offend us, even when they offend us at a personal level. Most unfortunately, the institution that should protect the judiciary most is the one leading in this ungodly assault on judicial officers. The world over, it is the law societies of the various jurisdictions who are always up in arms to defend the judiciary, to defend the courts of the respective countries. Because first and foremost, a member of the law society is first and foremost responsible to the courts of the land. The moment you're enrolled as an advocate, what has been accorded you is the status of an officer of that court, the courts of judicature of that country. And by reason of that, you can represent justice seekers in court. By reason of that, you can practice and help develop your country. Now, when the leadership of a law society is the one taking the lead to drag judicial officers into the mud, is the one, just because a decision has been made which you're not happy with, and then when a decision is made which you think favors you, you're all over the place thinking the decision was made for you. Judges do not make decisions for any person. They make decisions in accordance with their understanding of the law. If the law favors you, it is the law that has favored you, not the judge. If the law does not favor you, it is not the judge who has not favored you, it is the law that has not favored you. Indeed, many times, including me, we make decisions which are wrong. When we look at it later, we say, oh, how did I miss this aspect? It is part of the responsibility. And that's why the law provides for a higher court to mark my script, to tell me, and they normally use very flowery language when they are rebuking you, with the greatest of respect, when they are tearing your judgment to pieces. I would want, in the few months that I am at the helm of this institution, to hear that the leadership of the Uganda Law Society, the members of the Uganda Law Societies, justice seekers, know and understand the difference between criticism and abuse. The difference between constructive criticism and vulgar, uncouth, primitive assault on members of the judiciary. We can only restrain ourselves for a while. But if the judiciary, if we sit down as judges and make a decision, there's only one loser. It is the Uganda Law Society that would lose. If we say we are not giving audience to any member of the Uganda Law Society, you'll be out of business. But we believe there are still reasonable people even in the Uganda Law Society. We believe even Saulo can become Paulo. We want to adopt the principle that even me, I will not throw the first stone. We have all wronged one another somewhere in our lives. My appeal as an elder, somebody who became a lawyer before many of you who are abusing us were born, I think nobody even thought you would be born anyway. Search your individual souls. Have the courage to own up for the wrongs you've committed. It is possible, easily possible, and we are willing that we begin on a new slate, clean slate. But that comes about if you own up and you offer apology. If you don't apologize to Justice Owiny, it doesn't matter. But please apologize to Justice Musa Sekana. Because what you said about Justice Musa Sekana, I mean, nobody in their right senses only somebody who deserves to be taken to Butabika to have the head examined could say those things. I hope this is the last time I speak about it. I hope this is the last time I speak about it. Because next time we will respond. And if we do respond in like manner, there's only one loser. The judiciary of Uganda will not lose. Individuals in the Uganda Law Society will lose. I hope it doesn't come to that. The ball is right at your goalpost. You either take it or you allow it to go to your net. That is my challenge. I think that is the gravest thing that has happened during my tenure as Chief Justice of Uganda. It has never happened before. And many times I ask, is it because I am the Chief Justice? So I'm asking the leadership of the Uganda Law Society. Many of us here, the Chief Justice is a member of Uganda Law Society. I was a member of the executive committee. Look at your record. I've never had anywhere in the world anybody being given a medal for abusing others. I've never had. Maybe it is, or entering the Guinness Book of Record for being foul-mouthed. So I hope this is the last time I speak about it, because I will not, again, I will take action. This is not a threat. I will take action. But I've left the door wide open, all the windows are open. Please, you know what you need to do. We can start on a clean slate. I give you my word. And we'll push everything behind, and we work to ensure that the rule of law prevails in this country. We need one another. I would be disappointed if members of the Uganda Law Society, then I would ask the question, what are you doing? There are many, many ways, because when you are criticized, first of all, it means you are doing something. And in somebody's perception, you're doing it wrongly. Somebody's looking at what you're doing through a different lens. So we want you to criticize us. We want you to have constructive engagement with us. This is our country. It doesn't belong to me. The country does not belong to the president of Uganda, doesn't belong to the vice president, does not belong to the speaker, does not belong to the chief justice, except they as part of the Ugandan population. It belongs to all of us. This judiciary you need, you try to pull it down. Where will you run to? Where will you run to? You'll need it. You'll need it someday. I hope I have been loud and clear. I really hope I've been loud and clear. Now, our key priorities for the year 2025. Recruitment of more judicial officers. As I said, we've got word that His Excellency the President has acted. For us in our culture, when my sisters, please, I'm not using this in a negative sense. When the woman is conceived and you can see the belly is swelling, you celebrate already, but you celebrate quietly. So the fact that we know that there's something cooking in the pot and the type of meal we enjoy most, we're already celebrating, right, Honorable, for what the President has done. We hope the process is expedited, the Speaker and her team finishes, so that we can have these appointments and we get to work. Enhancing case management and backlog reduction. Excuse me. I sent the Deputy Chief Justice recently, together with the Principal Judge, to Tanzania to benchmark how has Tanzania succeeded in taming this monster called case backlog. My lords, you look at that report, but one of the things is, one of the findings blames me. For me, Judge X say, I'm going for this, Dubai, I'm going where I endorse. I'm now going to change. You want to travel out of the country, I need to know how many judgments are pending. You must now tell me. That's what they do in Tanzania. It's no longer free fall. It's not going to be a free ride. So I'm going to implement this. Yeah. Yes, you want to travel. There are exceptional cases, but many of those travels which I've been very kind about, it will change. You want to travel? Yes. How do you stand? So I throw it back at you.